This summer, us FIFA career mode fans have been blessed with some youth international tournaments through the off-season to keep us entertained and on the lookout for some brand new wonder kids on the horizon and just to be scouting for our next new favourite wonder kids. Now with the under-21 Euros finishing up last week in Italy, I've decided after putting the Spain U21 winners of the tournament into the game, we're going to go ahead and create the under-21 Euros team of the tournament with some of the best players, standout gems and breakout stars of the European Championships. The official team was released by UEFA and it's pretty much all Spanish and German players, so we'll scrap that and make our own better version, and we'll try to include as many nations as possible. You can also consider this as the best of the 2019 under-21 Euros as well. So let's get into the squad as we put them all into one side in FIFA 19 career mode. We're going to simulate through a few seasons, see how they grow, develop, perform as a team all together, and play a big game, a big cup final with them at the end of the video. And make sure to comment down below your favorite players from the U21 Euros this summer. And if you haven't already, make sure to give the video a big fat like down below. Helps the video out massively. Turn on that notification bell, hit the subscribe button while you're at it too. And let's get into this team of the tournament. Starting off with the goalkeepers, it's going to be Newbell, the man that took them all the way to the final. Germany, obviously 21 years of age, is going to be Meret from Italy. Also another 21-year-old was a very decent keeper, as well as Paul Bernardoni, the French keeper as well, took them all the way to the semi-finals. 21 years of age as well. As we move on to our second German in the side, he's 22. However, it was Lucas Klostermann who was starting at that right back position for the Germans, and yet another wing back from Germany. It is Benjamin Hendricks. He was playing at left back for them. 21 years of age, 76 overall, which is pretty decent. Robert Gumney, the Polish right back we have in here, showing great potential, 69 overall. He put in a few decent performances for Poland. As we move on to the centre halves, the centre backs, we got Diet Upamecano, Jonathan Tah, the German, Jesus Vallejo, the Spaniard that actually lifted up the trophy, yet another French centre back in Ibrahima Konate. So very decent, strong, high potential defenders there. Giuseppe Pezzella, the Italian wing back who plays for Genoa, is also going to make it into this side. A player that can play in right mid and right back. Our first Belgian representative, it is going to be Alexis Sailor-Makers, the 19-year-old playing for Anderlecht in real life, did also make it into the squad for this Euro 21 tournament. Danny Ceballos, yet another man we had in our U21 Spain video, obviously was a key player in order for them to win the whole thing. We move on to a midfielder, Mohamed Dahoud, who us career mode fans have known for quite a while now playing for Borussia Dortmund, also brought them all the way to the final. We've included a few nations that didn't make it out of the group stages, but we've got a few decent Polish wonder kids in here, such as Zurkowski, the centre mid, 20 years of age. Hosim Oyar is another career mode favourite for a lot of people, 81 overall. We all know about the insane potential he has, as well as the player of the tournament, Fabian Ruiz. As we move on to another Italian, Nicolo Barella, who did score a goal for Italy and is rumoured to a big money move to Inter Milan this summer. We move on to our second Belgian representative, Francis Amuzu, 70 overall, has got 84 potential, so I'm keen to see how he grows in the side. We've kept Demario Gray at Leicester City, another player that we've included in our U21 England video. If you haven't already, go and check that one out. Another player we've got in here, Yari Vasharin, who scored an absolute beauty, a belter against Italy to make it 3-1. The 16-year-old curled one into the top right-hand corner, past Meret in goal, and got Belgium a brilliant goal there. So I'm sure big things are coming for him, the young Belgian prospect. We move on to Jonathan Ikone, the attacking mastermind for France in this tournament, who, like I said, has been a career mode favourite for a lot of people this year. Nicolo Zaniolo, a man who burst onto the scene, had a breakout season in Serie A, and he's going to make it into this side. He got called up to the U21 Italy squad, and he did perform alright, I guess, in there, so we've included him. As we move on to a player that I know a lot of you guys are big fans of, especially you Romanians, son of the legend George Hagi, it is Ianis Hagi. He had a brilliant tournament this summer, still only at 19 years of age. He's got 85 potential in the game, and I'm sure he will only grow from here on out into FIFA 20 as well. He scored a few goals, got a few assists. He was Romania's main playmaker, and we signed him in our Leeds rebuild live on Twitch, so if you haven't already, check it out. Follow me on Twitch if you haven't. We're live streaming every weekend, and this man is the captain of Leeds United. And also, a lot of you guys have been asking me to do the U21 Romania side, and we're going to have a few Romanians in this team as we continue on with the team team of the tournament. Another Polish midfielder, Szymanski, the 19-year-old. We move on to Dani Olmo, yet another Spaniard who had a brilliant tournament, and a player which I wasn't really familiar with before this video. It is Luca Waldschmidt, the German 22-year-old. He plays for Freiburg. He's only 74 overall. However, he was the top goal scorer of the tournament. Although they lost in the final, he carried Germany and nearly got them over the line all the way. And we move on to probably Italy's best player of this tournament, Federico Chiesa, Fiorentina's little gem, who scored a few goals in the group stage. However, Italy didn't go past the group stage, so he couldn't really shine in the semis or the final. A French striker, Jean-Philippe Mattea, the 21-year-old, is 76 overall. Will be leading the line alongside George Puskas, yet another Romanian who killed at this tournament. He's over 21. However, a few sides are allowed to have players that are over 21. Apparently, it's a rule. However, George Puskas did get a few goals in and amongst the group stages and the semi-final. And here we have the only Serbian of this side, a man who moved to Real Madrid this summer, Luka Jovic, the 20-year-old Serbian who, yeah, we all know the season he had, and he has got brilliant potential on FIFA 19. I'm sure that is going to be elevated in FIFA 20, but we've got him in the team of the tournament, even though he only played 1 or 2 games, as all their games were going on when, you know, the move to Real Madrid was happening. So Luka Jovic didn't really have that much impact in the tournament. We've included him in here because he did get called up to the Serbian team, as well as another Polish player. We've included a few Polish players. They've had some decent wonder kids, and Konaki is going to round off the team of the tournament. That is the side. It's a pretty big side. 32 players we've included in here. We've tried to include as many different nations and as many different wonder kids as we can. This is how they'll be lining up. We've got them in a 4-3-2-1 kind of formation. We've got Waldschmidt, the top goal scorer, leading the line. He got the golden boot, as well as Puskas, who scored a few goals. We've got the 2 Romanians in there. We've got Fabian, obviously the player of the tournament. He's going to be starting, as well as Omo on the left side, Chiesa on the right, Klosserman and Hendricks as the wingbacks. Upamecano and Tar are going to be our 2 centre halves, and Nubel is going to be our man in between the sticks. That is kind of my personal team of the tournament, starting 11 kind of. As we move on to the reserves, it's Mattea, Ikone, Dahoud, Visharan, Petzela, Ceballos and Bernardoni. He's going to be the backup goalkeeper. And then obviously we move down to the reserves. It's a side that has got a lot of depth in there, and obviously we've got players like Luka Jovic in the reserves because he didn't really do much in the U21 tournament, but the side has a lot of quality, a lot of growth to be done, a lot of potential, and I'm keen to see how they all do together. We're going to simulate a few seasons. I'm keen to see how they do. Let's see how the team of the tournament can do in the Premier League in Season 1. So it's a mid-table finish in the debut season for the Under-21 Euro team of the tournament. As you can see here, they lost a lot of games in there, 18 games, in comparison to a lot of teams around them getting 48 points. In the second season, they need to turn those losses into wins, but they finish in 11th place. It's Cardiff, Bournemouth and Fulham going down to the championship, but only go up from here. There's a lot of growth, a lot of potential, and a lot of development that can be achieved as Spurs win the title with 76 points, Man United just behind them, and it's Chelsea, Man City to round off the top 4, but a decent first season for Leicester City. As we go and look at our performances in some other competitions this season, we lost 4-1 in the round 5 replay to Chelsea in the FA Cup, and in the Carabao they didn't do too well either. In round 3 they got eliminated 2-1 to Brighton. Very, very humble beginnings. It's the start of something special in this side. As we take a look at our star performers, Luka Jovic, as you can see there, got plenty of game time. 6 goals and 7 assists for him. Hossam Ayor with 5 goals and 4. Fabian, our top goal scorer in the middle of the park with 13 goals and 2 assists. He's definitely our marquee man, alongside Jonathan Ikone off the bench getting 8 goals and 1 assist. We move down, see who else got a few goals. Nicola Barella got 3 goals and 1 assist. Konaki surprisingly got 4 goals and 1 assist. Didn't expect him to get a few goals in there. Dani Olmo with 2 goals. And yeah, a lot of players just getting a bit of game time here and there. Hagi not getting too much game time with 4 goals. And Puskas with only 1 game in there. But despite lack of game time for some, there was plenty of growth all across the board with +2s, +3s going all around, even a few +1s in there for the likes of Waldschmidt and Vallejo. But yeah, a great debut season. I'm expecting bigger and better things for season number 2. Let's hope this team of the tournament can push for European football, but we're just going to have to wait and find out how they do in their second ever season. So it's slight improvement, but improvement nonetheless for the team of the tournament here, and they finish 4 points away from a European position there. 60 points on the board, 7th position. They've moved up 4 positions from their 11th place finish last season. Man United finishing down in 10th. those are the teams getting relegated there. And it's Chelsea taking out the title with 76 points. A very, very low title win there. We're literally 7 points away from second position. So you can see how close we are to cracking that top 4. Hopefully we can do it in Season 3. In the FA Cup, we fell short yet again, getting knocked out by Liverpool 3-0 in round 6. And in the Carabao Cup, we got knocked out in the quarterfinals to Blackburn Rovers of all teams. Quite embarrassing there with the 2-1 loss. And it's time to take a look at our top performers yet again. The team that took us to 7th place, nearly a European finish. We've got 6 goals and 2 assists for Jonathan Ikone. We have Danny Ceballos getting 3 goals and 3 assists. Barella improving in his second season with 6 goals and 5 assists. Mateta with 6 goals in there. Luka Jovic 8 goals and 1 assist. Fabian, yet again, one of our star performers, 10 goals and 5 assists for him. Kawanaki doing quite well in his second season with 5 goals. We're going to move down and see the players who didn't really play that much. Danny Olmo got 2 goals and 2 assists. Johannes Hagi, the Romanian star, getting 4 goals and 1 assist in 11 games. A very decent attacking output for him. Szymanski getting 2 goals, 1 assist. Zaniolo with 3 goals. And players like Puskas, Waldschmidt and Chiesa not getting too much game time. Waldschmidt did pick up an injury. See the growth in this team. As you can see there are a lot of +3s in this side. Hagi with a big +3, Zaniolo and Muzu. I'm going to continue all across the board. There's been growth, which is what you want to see in this team of the tournament. Let's see how much this side can push in the Premier League in their 3rd season. So it's 3rd time lucky this season, and the boys have qualified for a Champions League position here, finishing in 4th, 66 points, a very nice point tally there. But yet again, we're very far away from Manchester City, league leaders with 83 points. Liverpool and Man United finish up the top 4. Spurs and Arsenal finishing outside, as well as Chelsea. And then it is Aston Villa, Huddersfield and Watford all getting relegated to the Championship. But I'm very happy with that league effort from the lads. And it's still no cup success, as in the FA Cup we got knocked out in round 5, 2-0 to Liverpool. And yeah, that trend continues in the Carabao Cup, this time in the quarterfinals to, you guessed it, Liverpool. This time it was 2-1. And these are the players that fired us into a European position this season. Not too many star players, it's more of a team effort in this team, which I like. Kawanaki being one of the players that, being one of the breakout players that I haven't really expected so far. Luka Jovic again with 9 goals and 2 assists, a decent outing from him. Ayor with 5 goals, Fabian with 6 goals and 7 assists. Dahoud doing well in there as well. Amuzu getting 4 goals. Yeah, like I said, not too many players having really standout seasons, but we have Yari Vasharin in there with 6 goals and 3 assists, which is nice to see. Szymanski with 5 goals, Omo with only 3, Hagi yet again with 3 goals and 2 assists in 8 games, so a very decent season from him again. But yeah, I like this team. It's more of a collective effort, more of a team effort. It's not like 1 or 2 players are carrying this squad. In the long run, it shows that they got a lot of squad depth. Gets even more quality as we got a few +3s, a lot of +2s, and even a few +1s. It's good to see a lot of growth happening in season number 3. But I'm going to be curious to see how the side will do with multiple competitions next season, including the Champions League. So let's get straight into season 4. And I'd say it's quite a successful debut Champions League campaign. We made it all the way to the quarterfinals, just getting knocked out by Manchester City 2-1 on aggregate. They have to have their heads up high here, because they could have easily made it to the semis. And as you can see there, Man City made it all the way to the final. But in the round of 16, we beat Roma 3-1 on aggregate. And we actually topped our group D, with Bayern Munich, Sevilla and Fenerbahce. We topped it with 16 points, being undefeated. So I'd say that's a rather successful European campaign. However, it's back-to-back 4th place in the Premier League for the team of the tournament, finishing on 71 points, only on goal difference to Chelsea, so they could have easily finished in 3rd, but it's Champions League secured again for season number 5. Man City are the team that knocked us out in the Champions League, league leaders there with 83 points. Man United and Arsenal finishing just outside, as well as Stoke City, Leeds and Newcastle all getting relegated there. And it's still no luck in these domestic cup competitions. A 2-1 knockout in round 3 to Spurs. And in the Carabao Cup, a round 4 defeat to Bournemouth ended our run early. And you guessed it, it's Manchester City winning the Carabao Cup too. So it's a good benchmark European season here, as Fabian and Jovic look to be our main performers this season. The man who I didn't expect to be as good as he has been so far, Dawid Kownacki, the Polish striker from Sampdoria, 82 overall now, 8 goals and 2 assists for him. Hassim Ayor with 8 goals and 9 assists. Mateta with 7 goals. Ikone with another consistent season, as well as Ceballos doing a bit in there as well. Barella, Vasharin getting a few goals and assists. Johannes Hagi now with 2 goals and 1 assist. Not too much game time for him, as well as all these players down here, unfortunately for them. Not contributing too much, but getting some decent amount of game time. And of course, attribute growth this season has improved as well. However, no +3s, and we're starting to get a few players that haven't grown this season, but the development and performance continues to increase as we go on. So let's see if the side can surpass expectations in season number 5. I cannot wait. Let's crack straight into it. So it was a rather disappointing Champions League campaign in season number 5, a vastly different one to the one we had last season. We didn't even qualify out of the group. Milan won on goal difference or head-to-head. We finished in 3rd, meaning we qualified for the Europa League. Let's see how we did in that competition. And yeah, it was an embarrassing Europa League outing there, losing 4-1 on aggregate to PSV in the round of 32. That is absolutely terrible. So it was a European campaign to forget, but however, we finally cracked our top 4 duck and landed in 1st position in the Premier League by 1 point, beating out Liverpool, Manchester United and Manchester City in the top 4. We win by 1 point. We only lost 1 game. We literally were 1 game away from being invincibles. However, we clinched the title, our first ever piece of silverware, and it's the Premier League. What a season from the lads. Bournemouth up in 6th. Everton and Arsenal finish outside the top 4. Chelsea in 12th. And Sheffield Wednesday, Watford and West Ham all going to the Championship. And even though we blitzed the Premier League, the FA Cup, we still got no luck in there, getting eliminated 2-1 to Spurs in round 4. And yeah, same thing in the Carabao Cup. Round 4 curse continues. We lose to Preston North End 5-4 on penalties. So these were the star performers in our charge towards the Premier League title, our champions this season in the league. And it kind of seems like they put all their eggs into one basket here, with Luka Jovic, Zaniolo and Fabian being pretty much the star performers. We got Mateta and Ayor and also Ikone, the 3 Frenchmen, doing their part as well. Szymanski, the Polish midfielder, now doing quite well with 4 goals in there. We moved down. Zukowski, Olmo getting a bit of game time with Vasharin. Kalnaki not really having a season to remember as we move down and continue. Hagi not really having a decent season in there as well. Ceballos and Sailormakers with a lot of game time. We couldn't really find a main keeper, as you can see. Pretty much all 3 keepers getting all the game time. At the growth this season, we got +1, +3. The rest are +2 and +1s. And then we got a lot of players not even growing this season. We know a lot of them are already in their prime. They're really coming into shape approaching season number 6. As they're all pretty much in their prime now, we're going to look to see if we can secure the Champions League in our final season. Alright, so we've stopped the sim here because we made it into the Carabao Cup final after all those seasons of not going anywhere in the domestic cup. We finally made it up against Chelsea. We're at Wembley. It's 5 seasons deep. That is the squad lining up for it. Upamecano, the captain. We're going to go ahead and simulate it and see how we do on our day out here at Wembley. Going into this one with probably our strongest starting 11 here. Jovic starting up top, as well as Zaniolo. He's now at an 88. Chelsea have a decent side in there. Hudson-Odoi, Lo Celso, a lot of decent players. And we win 5-4 on penalties. I actually thought we just lost that. Fabian comes off injured. But it's 2-2. We sent it into extra time. And we ended up clutching it on penalties. That's our first piece of domestic cup silverware. So in the 6th season, we've slipped from 1st position down to 7th. A bit of a dramatic fall from grace, but we managed to win the Carabao Cup anyway. So I guess I can take that league positioning. Doesn't really matter considering we won last season too. And Chelsea couldn't get their revenge on us in the FA Cup final after losing the Carabao Cup final. We do it yet again at Wembley and win the domestic double. We get the 3-1 W over Chelsea. And it also looks like we got a Champions League final to look forward to. Even though we didn't really do much in the league, we focus more on the other competitions, and it shows as we now have our 3rd cup final of season 6. We're up against Barca in the Champions League, so it'll be a tough one. We'll go ahead and play it, and we'll see how we do. So before we get into the final, my manager rating is absolutely terrible for some reason, but we're going to take a look and see who our star performers were, who took us to the Champions League final. Looks like Zaniolo really stepped up this season. 89 overall, 22 goals and 13 assists. Mateta also getting 16 goals in there. Jovic with 14. Ayor getting double figures in both goals and assists. It's the 2 Spaniards, Fabian and Olmo, taken 2 big injuries there, so they're going to miss out on the final. Barella and Zukowski stepping up as well. Henriks and Petzela, the 2 wingbacks, doing alright in there as we move down. A lot of players got a lot of decent game time, and then these ones at the bottom, not really too much. But of course, we had Meret, our main goalkeeper this season. Bernardoni was our second backup keeper. Waldschmidt actually getting 0 games as well as Puskas, which is a bit sad to see. No, I don't think there was too much growth this season. Like I said, a lot of players have already hit their prime. A few +2s, +1s in there, but that is going to be it for the side. This is how they'll line up for the Champions League. Alright, can they win 3 trophies in Season 6? We're going to have to find out here. We're up against Barca. Going to be a big one. Let's see how we do. Look at our journey to the final. Beat Real Madrid, PSG, and Bayern Munich. So a lot of big clubs there we've gotten past. Let's see if we can knock down one more and not stumble at the final hurdle. Let's get straight into this. It's going to be Barca to kick us off. Let's go. Zaniolo, the man who's really stepped up this season. He's going to find his Italian compatriot in Nicolo Barella. What's he going to do here? One-on-one. Oh, it's as easy as you like. What was the Barca defense doing there? We take the 1-0 lead here straight away. It's our first chance of the game. 2 Italians link up here. Barella and Zaniolo. A beautiful little connection there. The Barca defense couldn't keep up. And we've slotted that one into the bottom right-hand corner for the 1-0 lead. Ayo, big tackle. Jovic, the boys aren't playing tonight. It's going to be the Serbian Jovic. It's another Italian in Zaniolo. He's going to cut back. He's going to find someone at the back post, but it's not going to work out. Whip that one in. Barcelona's first real attack here, and Charles Lenya Medet was alert to it. Find Jovic in the middle. What can we do here? I'm loving this formation right now. We're just all over Barcelona. Zaniolo, he's going to cut inside. He's going to find Hagi in the middle, the number 99. The Romanian gets in on the act and secures our double right in front of the Barcelona fans where his dad used to play, and he's done it against his team. Oh, that is absolutely brilliant. Zaniolo made his way into the box ever so wonderfully, cut it back, and found Hagi waiting in the middle. He was in the right place at the right time, and he ended up sneaking it into that bottom left-hand corner. He rolls it in for our second. Be Barca, they're going to try to get a goal back before half-time. Leao tries to slip it through, and it's just going to hit the side netting. Oh no, Pogba's had to go, and Medet has kept him out. Now off to Elenya. Coutinho finds Pogba, who finds Leao. He's going to find Ousmane Dembele. He'll give it off to Pogba. Dembele will have a crack at it, and Medet yet again with a big boy save. They're going to whip that one in. Barcelona! You're joking. You're joking. Oh my gosh. If you guys have seen the Scandinavian rebuild, you'll know an identical goal was scored in the final of that game, and it's literally just happened again in this game. What is my luck with these random, lucky own goals going in? This time it's Upamecano just tapping that one in. Leao completely missed the header, and Medet was helpless. Barcelona half the deficit here thanks to an own goal from the captain. Oh no. It's Ousmane Dembele. They're looking for the equalizer here. Barca, and they'll get it. No, it's going to come off the post. Medet. Oh no, it didn't come out quick enough. Barca, just when we had a comfortable 2-0 lead. It's Pogba dabbing on us at Old Trafford. How meta could this get? He hits the post, and he gets his own rebound to put it into the near post. Medet couldn't get up quick enough. Barca get the equalizer here. Konate. He can find Ikone. It's Jovic. He'll give it off to the wing. He's going to find Chiesa down the right-hand side. We've got runners in the middle here. What can Chiesa conjure up? He's going to put it into the middle. It's not going to be enough. Barella's there, though. Zaniolo will give it back to Barella. Barella will give it through to Jovic. Jovic will find Zaniolo. It's going to be Jovic for the third. And that's the 5th goal of the match. And surely, with 5 minutes to spare, that's the winner. The Serbian Luka Jovic, the new Real Madrid man, has scored against Barcelona in the 85th minute here. A lovely team move there. Ter Stegen saved the first shot from Zaniolo, but couldn't stop the rebound from happening. And Luka Jovic was first to pounce there into an open net. Thankfully, it didn't come off Zaniolo in the process. The number 15 smashes that one home to surely secure us the title. Don't you dare, Barcelona. Big tackle. No, we've missed him. Just tackle him, someone. What is going on? Don't you dare tell me. It's going to be Pogba. A big block there. We are hanging on by a thread. Surely this is the last play of the game. There can be no more added time after this. We've gone well over the added time. Clear that out, Barella. And there you go. The 2019 Euro Under-21 squad end up winning the Champions League in a 5-goal thriller here at Old Trafford. 3-2 to Barcelona. Barella, Hagi and Jovic, the scorers. What a nervy finish, but we end up holding on. That man Hagi getting the goal as well. What a video, guys. I hope you did enjoy the Under-21 Euro squad absolutely having a brilliant video here, guys. Let me know down in the comments below who your favorite player was, or who your favorite players were from this team and the under-21 Euro tournament that happened this summer. Hit like on the video if you did enjoy it, helps it out so much. Subscribe down below for some more FIFA 19 career mode content. While you're there, hit the notification bell so you never miss out on a video when it comes to the channel. Follow me on Twitter. I've been BCHD. Thank you guys so much for watching this one, and I'm gonna leave you with the trophy celebrations. Upamecano lifts that one up. I'll see you in the very next video.